guys, Spider Phantom here, and today I'm going to be talking about more SpongeBob episodes with Animation Station. So today I'm going to be reviewing Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 5. Now this is one of my favorite episodes personally because Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are some of my favorite side characters on the show. They're just so funny. Every time they're on an episode, I always laugh all the time. Like, they're just great characters. I love them. Wish they were still around. But I do really like this episode because Mermaid Man keeps calling Barnacle Boy, and doesn't let him get an adult-sized Krabby Patty. You guys, I guess he's not old enough. And Barnacle Boy is tired of Mermaid Man making fun of him and everyone else and not appreciating him. So then he goes to the side of evil to show Mermaid Man what he's really made of. Now I feel like this episode had like hype like way before like the Avengers movies came out. Like this is the Avengers movies before they came out. I just thought that was this was a really cool episode. And then like Mermaid Man has to assemble a team of heroes. And the Krusty crew needs to help them out, SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, and Squidward. and I just... So Barnacle Boy, Man Ray, and the Dirty Bubbles team is an abbreviation, and it's called... it's every villain is Lemons, which doesn't make any sense at all. But that's what they call it. So so I really like this episode because Mermaid Man and Barnacle... so Barnacle Boy demands an adult-sized Krabby Patty, but Mermaid Man doesn't want to give it to him because he doesn't think he'll finish it. So that's why Barnacle Boy joins Man Ray and the Dirty Bubble, and he joins Evil. And that abbreviation is pretty funny. So I think the humor in this episode was very good, because it's like from the original 3 seasons, the best in my opinion and most other people's. The humor is still really funny. I still laugh at the jokes that it had to offer. It was great. Loved it. One of my favorite parts of the episode was when they all went to the Merma lair and Mermaid Man showed them their suits that they're going to wear to stop the bad guys. And I thought it was interesting that they decided to say, like, that the costumes give them superpowers, because I don't think that's how it works. I know that's not how it works, because every superhero has, like, an origin story of how they got their powers, so I'm not really sure how that works in the SpongeBob universe, but I still thought it was pretty cool. So I think the end of the episode was very nice to watch, because Barnacle Boy decides, like, at the end that he doesn't want to be a villain anymore. And Man Ray and the Dirty Bubble tell him to give demands about world domination and eating dirt. But Barnacle Boy doesn't listen to them. He says he wants an adult-sized Krabby Patty, and he wants to be called Barnacle Man. So, and then he becomes friends with Mermaid Man again. And I thought that was a very nice ending. That he just wanted to feel accepted. That he's offering enough to be a superhero, and that he wants to feel like he gets what he deserves. I mean, it's only fair. He deserves respect. He's with Mermaid Man, and Mermaid Man does his thing, but Barnacle Boy helps out too. He deserves some respect as well. So yeah, in conclusion, I really thought this was a great episode. It was fantastic in my opinion. I give this episode a 9 out of 10. That was a great episode. Alright guys, so the next episode I'm going to be talking about is New Student Starfish. So this episode starts off with SpongeBob going to boating school, and then Patrick comes to SpongeBob's house and he wants to hang out with him and go jellyfishing, but SpongeBob has to go to school. And then he comes up with this crazy idea to tell Patrick that he could come with him to school. So then they both go to boating school together, and just a bunch of stuff goes down. It's a really funny episode. So I could relate to this episode because I used to fool around with my friends in class all the time. So SpongeBob and Patrick are like making jokes in class and stuff, and you know the iconic thing Patrick says 24, and then SpongeBob says, you know, it's better than 24, 25. And they both start laughing, and Mrs. Puff is mad at them. I just think it's really funny because I could relate to doing stuff like that in class, and it's a really good episode too. So SpongeBob and Patrick are still making jokes, and Patrick draws a picture of the teacher. It says "Big Fat Meanie." I just thought that was hilarious. Like, come on, like talking like bad things about the teacher, like. And then like SpongeBob looks at it, and Mrs. Puff thinks he did it, so she sends SpongeBob to the back of the classroom. And then like Patrick is trying to get to talk to SpongeBob like all the way in the back. He keeps like spitting spitballs at him, and SpongeBob yells at him. And then Mrs. Puff gets even more mad at him and takes away a good noodle star. Those are the things in class that show that you're a good student, and SpongeBob wasn't behaving, so Mrs. Puff took one away. And SpongeBob got so upset that he fainted. Like, that was just great. So like the last few parts of the episode I thought were like very good, where SpongeBob and Patrick are like outside the classrooms and they're talking, and like SpongeBob calls Patrick a stupid star, and then Patrick gets mad at him, and they start fighting. But it's not even fighting; they're just like waving their hands everywhere. And then Mrs. Puff gets mad at them and sends them to detention. It got really dark for a second when she said that, but it was just a flashlight, which I thought was very clever. So then they're in detention, and SpongeBob and Patrick are still mad at each other. And SpongeBob's like, "I'll still hate you if Roger's light bulb goes out." Roger is the classroom's egg, I guess pet egg or something like that they're keeping warm so he doesn't die. And then his light bulb goes out. And then SpongeBob and Patrick apologize to each other, which I think is fair because like they don't want Roger to die, you know? Like, so they finally put their differences aside and forgive each other and work as a team to save Roger. And Patrick gets a light bulb, and SpongeBob keeps Roger warm. And then they work good as a team, and then I love that Mrs. Puff saw everything, and she gives them both a good noodle star. And I thought that was a really great episode because it showed that they used teamwork and the teacher was proud of them. So I thought this was a great episode. So I give it a solid 8 out of 10. So guys, I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe to Animation Station, and he'll be posting more SpongeBob content soon. Peace, guys.